All right, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you all for joining us. Before we start off here on our spring break activities press conference, I just wanted to make a comment on the really unexpected and sudden and very, very sad and tragic passing of Dr. Sarah Beth Hartledge. This really rocked all of us because she was a rock during our public health crisis with COVID-19, and she was in charge of the city's efforts to combat the virus. Amongst her many accomplishments, she stood up LUVAX at Broadbent Arena, LUVAX Mobile, trained hundreds and thousands of volunteers, partnering with the Kentucky Nurses Association, leaned into issues around equity in such a way that made our city a positive outlier compared to the rest of the country, where communities of color had disproportionately negative impact from the virus, both infections and death. That's not the case here in Louisville, and that's in large part a result of what Dr. Sarah Beth Hartledge accomplished, of course, with her team at Public Health and Wellness, but she was our lead, and she was our rock, and she was always there figuring it out along the way. And in addition to being an outstanding physician, she was an outstanding entrepreneur. When you think about standing up LUVAX, the way they did that in the matter of days and weeks, and how it helped over 100,000 people, we were featured on the front page of the New York Times as a national best practice. So, great doctor, great entrepreneur, wonderful person, wonderful spouse, and a wonderful mom and co-worker as well. So we're going to miss her. And that just came out of the blue for all of us. So God bless Sarah Beth Hartledge and her family. And if we could just pause for a moment of silence and appreciation, it would be appropriate. Okay, may she rest in peace. All right, well, we've got, okay, yeah, come on over, folks. Let's hear it for Wheatley Elementary's in the house. Yes, always looking good. Appreciate you all. Well, the first day of spring is Sunday, which of course means spring break is just around the corner. And after about 2 more weeks of school, our children in JCPS and private schools and Catholic schools throughout Louisville Metro, along with their teachers, staff, and school administrators, will enjoy a week off from April 4th to the 8th. I could add parents to that list, but I'm not sure they're going to enjoy the week off. We'll see. Our hope is that everybody has a restful and enjoyable break, and that everybody returns the following week to close out the school year really strong. I'm thankful that we're back in school. And of course, especially for parents, restful and enjoyable means making sure there are things to keep kids active and engaged during the spring break. And that's why our city and strong partner organizations work so hard every year to offer a number of diverse and fun programs that are free or at a very low cost when the kids are out of school. Among them is Metro Parks and Recreation. Our director here is Margaret. Thank you very much, Margaret Brosco. Our chief for community building, Keith Talley, as well. And they're represented here on the stage by Assistant Director Ben Johnson. Parks is offering camps at 3 of its community centers here this spring break. And so these camp programs will offer kids fun and unique experiences with opportunities to discover new interests, participate in arts and crafts, explore the outdoors, meet new friends, and learn different skills. In addition to all that, extraordinary citizen Robbie Valentine will run his spring break basketball camp at Cyril Allgaier Community Center on April 4th, 5th, and 6th. Robbie wears a lot of hats, but one of them is recruiter. And I just want to recognize Robbie for being part of the recruiting team that was part of the great announcement that took place this morning where Kenny Payne was named head coach of the U of L basketball team. Way to go, Robbie! So let's hear more now from our camps from Ben and Robbie. Thank you all.
Good afternoon. As Mayor said, Ben Johnson, Assistant Director. And we're excited this year, first off, just as we continue to make our way out of COVID, just excited that the young people can come out and we can start going full bore again, and that's exactly what we're trying to do. This year we're doing something a little bit different. We have 3 specialty camps at 3 of our community centers. Registration is already open. We're going to have an art camp, we have a nature camp, and we have a sports camp in different parts of the community. So what we also try to do is just bring people together. It's not just about an individual neighborhood, it's about the entire community. But all of our centers will be open where they're not having the particular camps this year, and we're going to continue to move those around and make sure that everybody gets an opportunity. So we're going to do that. Also, there are some other opportunities taking place here in California, which is not one of the specialty camp locations this time around. We have some of our permanent partners that'll be here doing things. 201 Fatherhood and Families is actually based out of here, St. George's Scholar Institute, and they've been great partners as we program year-round. Also, the Newburgh Community Center, Hip Hop Into Learning will be doing a camp there for spring break. So it's not just about what Metro does, but it's about what some of our wonderful partners do. So we absolutely appreciate them and what they do and being a part of the solution. They're not new to the game. We've been working with them for years. And so I just wanted to make sure that we recognize them and let you know that it's not just our camp. There are other wonderful opportunities that you'll hear more about in further on the conference. And also, last but certainly not least, Mr. Robbie Valentine. I'm glad he took time from recruiting to help put together this camp. But Robbie works with us, and we do 2 or 3 of these a year, easy on the breaks. As soon as spring break is over, he'll be calling me like, okay, we got to find our dates for the summer. Yeah, Robbie, let's find the dates for the summer. I mean, I've never seen anybody work so hard to make something happen. We pick dates, we help communicate and help recruit, but other than that, Robbie pretty much handles everything. And I guess with that, I ought to get out the way and let Robbie talk about all the work that he's done for that particular camp. Robbie.
Good afternoon. As the mayor said, it's been probably one of the best days that I've ever had in Louisville with Kenny Payne getting hired. I was a senior. He was a freshman. I took him out on his visit when he was 17 and a half years old. Now he's 55, the head coach of the University of Louisville. So one of the greatest days. The mayor was at front row, great seat. Mayor walked up to me after the press conference and said, I felt like I was in church. I think that's what he said, but either way, it was close to that. And this is a big day for Louisville. It's a big day for Wheatley Elementary School students when they get a chance to meet Kenny. I've been doing basketball camps in Louisville for 36 years. And one of the things that Denny Crum instilled in all of us is to get out and be a part of the community, as Kenny's going to do with his kids. A lot of the kids that were at the press conference today, young men that played at Louisville after me, a lot of them came to my camps when they were young. And so I've been doing it a long time, and when you go to a bank or a grocery store or a doctor's office and you see past and present kids that you had a chance to mentor, it makes you feel really good. So partnering with Metro, partnering with Mayor Fisher, and every press conference I've asked him to participate in with me, he's always on hand. And so we hope a lot of kids register. It's going to be a fun week. I want to thank Pepsi for always being there, Pizza Hut, and all the other sponsors that I have. We do not charge a penny for any kid to come, and we want everybody to get off the street, get off the couch, and come and get a little education and some physical fitness at our basketball camp. So thank you very much. And Louisville, Kentucky, we got the best coach in the country. And I hate to say this, Kentucky's not playing and Louisville is.
Yeah, come on, my brother. That's right. Well, shockers in the world. You never know what's going to happen out there. Now, you can sign up at bestparksever.com for the basketball camps. And one thing that is easy to predict, and it will not be an upset, is that the camps with Robbie Valentine are going to fill up really quickly. So moms and dads out there, if you're thinking about doing basketball camp, get to bestparksever.com and sign up now. Okay, like to remind everybody, hopefully we're going to have some good weather. Obviously, spring is upon us here in Louisville. So remember, we've got 120 great parks throughout Louisville where families can get some fresh air and exercise. When you think about nature and outdoors, it's really the original health club in our city. So check them all out. They'll be spruced up and ready to go. Now, let's say it's rainy one day or a little early or a little late, it's always good to have a good book to kind of take an adventure that way. You don't have to leave the city to have a trip. You can just cuddle up with a good book and start reading. So our Louisville Free Public Libraries also have plans to help combat spring break boredom with more than 100 fun and free and engaging programs for, yes, kids, teens, and families. From story times to movie screenings, nature programs to art projects, LFPL offers hands-on activities for all ages to play and create and explore together. You can never go wrong by going to the library, and that's why we built new libraries and renovated libraries, and they're more popular than ever. A lot of that is thanks to the great team that we have at the Louisville Free Public Library, led by our director, Lee Birchfield. Lee.
Thank you, Mayor. I am Lee Birchfield, Director of the Louisville Free Public Library. The Mayor's already given you the headline. Other than summer reading, spring break is really one of our favorite times of year at the library. And that's because when school is in session, smart, fun, engaging, inspiring children like the one standing behind me are in school all day, and we don't get to see them at the library until they get out of school and come to see us. So we get really excited when school is out because we get to see kids all day long. And we have a lot of great programming going on, and I want to highlight just a few of the things that are happening. First of all, as the Mayor said, at every location around the city, all of our locations, we'll have programming every day for kids of all ages. That includes story times, but it's not just story times. There are crafts, there are games to play, all kinds of fun activities, so that when you come to the library, you're not just reading, but you're also engaging in learning activities. But what makes spring break so special is that you don't have to read the things that your school teacher tells you to read. You get to read the fun things that you want to read when you don't have schoolwork to do. We also have some great programs that we're putting on this year in partnership with the Louisville Orchestra. These are called Once Upon an Orchestra. Musicians from Louisville Orchestra come out to one of our locations. They perform in connection with a story that's being told using their musical instruments to help tell a story to families that come out for these. They've been extraordinarily popular everywhere that we've had them. And the week of spring break, we'll have 4 of them at the Highlands Shelby Park branch, the Bon Air Library, the South Central Regional Library, and the Portland Library. You can also come to the library and experience Kentucky Shakespeare. We really love to have actors from Kentucky Shakespeare come out to the library because it gives a lot of kids opportunities to experience something that if they're not able to go to the park during the summer to see, it may be their only chance to see. So a 2-actor team from Kentucky Shakespeare will be performing a version of Much Ado About Nothing, and that'll be on Saturday, April 2nd at the Southwest Library and Saturday, April 9th at the Main Library. We've got a family puppet theater that'll be going on at the Highland Shelby Park branch. And Mr. Mustache is back again. Kids love Mr. Mustache's magic show. And so we'll have Mr. Mustache back at Bon Air at 3 o'clock on Thursday, April the 7th. Those are just some of the highlights. Our full listing of programs is available on our website at www.lfpl.org, or you can call the library at 502-574-1611. And we are really looking forward to seeing all you kids at the library during spring break and again this summer. So thank you.
Yeah, in my excitement earlier, I forgot to mention where the camps were taking place. The art camp is at the Beachmont Community Center. The nature camp is at Berrytown, and the sports camp is at Southwick. But we also, getting ahead of the game, are already planning some summer activities. We're recruiting young people to play t-ball. We're working on volleyball. We're working on soccer. And all of that is also available at bestparksever.com. And all of our camps do have capacity limits. So as the mayor said, we encourage you to get on there early so you can register and your kids can have a great time. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Ben. I wanted to recognize Antonio Taylor over here, too. Mr. Taylor is a member of our Citizens Review Board, that we launched about 6 months ago. It was a great leadership move for the city and for you stepping up. Mr. Taylor, we appreciate your leadership. Thank you very much. Now, we talked also about the zoo. So remember the wonderful Louisville Zoo, and while the zoo spring break camp is nearly full, families should keep in mind that the zoo is a living classroom and it's a perfect place to go for a great walk and just to explore the enchantment of the outdoors and animals. Our friends at the zoo even brought along some of their outreach animals that we're going to get to meet here in a minute inside. And remember, both the Louisville Zoo and the Kentucky Science Center are offering community access memberships to families that are participating in the Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program, the SNAP program. So that's a great deal to check that out. So for more information on that, you can go to the respective websites at kysciencecenter.org and louisvillezoo.org. All right, Wheatley guys and gals, you ready for spring break?
Yes, sir.
We going to be safe?
Yes, sir.
We going to be responsible?
Yes, sir.
Are we going to have fun?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, let's go on inside and check out those animals. Thanks, everybody.